Hi everyone, welcome back. If you do not know, my name is Devon. Here on my channel I cover all things beauty. That includes makeup, fragrance, and designer here and there. If you think that is something you'd be interested in, then I hope you stay and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you're notified every Monday, Wednesday, Friday when I upload. So in today's video we are going to be doing my favorite makeup products of 2022. So if you guys want to stay and see what I chose, then just keep watching. All right, so we have a lot of things to get through, so let's just jump right in. So as far as primer, I have two primers that I've been loving this year. The first one is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer, and I love this primer. I broke my nails, so don't mind that, but I love this primer. It's very smoothing on my skin. It works well with any type of liquid and or powder foundation, so I love this so much. And then the next primer is actually by Benefit, and this is the Professional Hydrating Primer. It's not the original, it's one of the newer ones that came out within the last couple of years. This is a hydrating primer, but it still has like the Benefit Professional feel to it, where it's still very smoothing on the skin. So moving on to foundation, I have two foundations, two liquid foundations. The first is by NARS, and this is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm in the shade Syracuse. I am almost done with this. As you can see, it's like basically almost empty, but I'm gonna go ahead and use that last little bit up. But I really do like this foundation. I actually really like NARS foundations in general. One of my favorites is the Sheer Glow. I love that foundation, but I got this one because I heard it held up a little bit better on oily skin, so I do really like this. So that was my favorite until I found this. This is the Il Makiage foundation, and I'm in the shade 180 Woke Up Like This. I could go up one shade to make it a little bit lighter, but this was actually my mom. She purchased this and it was the wrong shade, so she just gave it to me, and I love this foundation. It is so good for my oily skin. It lasts all day and it always looks really good, so I love that. My favorite two concealers I have, the first one will be this Kaja concealer, and I don't ever hear anyone talking about this concealer. It is the Don't Settle concealer, and I have two shades. I have 07 and 08. I like to mix them together, but they are so good, very inexpensive. It is a lightweight concealer. It's like medium buildable coverage. It's not very heavy. It's just a very beautiful, natural looking concealer, and I could use this all over my skin and powder it, and it looked beautiful. So I love this concealer. I will be picking up backups of these. Also, a newer one to me is actually the Huda Beauty Faux Filter Concealer, and I heard great things about this one. This one is in the shade 4.1G Graham Cracker, and it's actually a very brightening concealer. Mine going down a shade, but usually I will mix this in with my foundation or a little bit of this concealer in 08 and I'll be okay. But today I just used it on its own, and it is very brightening. Now for powders, as far as under eye powders, I have two under eye powders. So the first one is also by Huda Beauty, and this is the Banana Bread powder. I swear by this powder. This has been the best translucent powder I have tried in a long time. I used to be a big Laura Mercier girl, but this powder just does it right. It sets everything. It's a really great like crease resistant type powder. I mean, if you have super creasy under eyes, you probably will still crease, but this looks beautiful on the skin. It is flawless, and I love this and highly recommend it. The other under eye powder I love is by Charlotte Tilbury. This is the mini. Mine is super dirty. I am in medium 2, so I end up getting the travel size instead of the full size because I've had the full size before and it just took forever to go through it. So I just was like, you know, what if I change my mind? What if I want to try new things? I just hate having giant powder. So I have this, and it is perfect. Then I have two face powders. So the first one is by Dior. This is the Dior Backstage Face and Body Powder No Powder. Mine is in 4N. And look at this powder. I use it so much. You can see it is a very visible dent in it. It hasn't hit pan yet, but it's a very visible dent in it because I love it. It is flawless in real life. It is beautiful, and I highly recommend this one. Now, if you have oily skin and looking for a really good powder, the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin go-to. Have been wearing it for the last 2 or 3 years. It is always going to be in rotation. This is probably my 4th or 5th one. I'm in the shade Y365, and I use it all the time to set my foundation. Also, I use it some days. I just wear concealer and powder. It's very full coverage. It's amazing. So I highly, highly, highly recommend this if you have oily skin. Now, let's see. So as far as bronzers, this is the bronzer kit that I have been taking with me for the past year or two. On vacations, I do use it, you know, when I'm not on vacation, but this is my vacation go-to powder. This is by Natasha Denona. This is the Tan Bronze and Glow powder, and it looks like this. Very, very, very beautiful, and it's just one of my favorite products. Love this. Everyday type bronzers. This first is a cream bronzer. This is from Fenty Beauty. Mine is in 04 Honey Glaze, and I'm obsessed with this. I love using this in the spring and the summer. I mean, I use it all year round, but it's my favorite then. And as you can see, I've hit pan on it, so definitely love that. So the other bronzer I use is by Benefit. This is the Hoola Caramel, and I use this more as a contour because it is a very deep shade with a little bit of a cool undertone. This is what I have on today. Love it. I also use a lot of blushes as bronzers. So this first one is by Patrick Ta. This is my all-time favorite. This is She's So LA, and I use this all the time. As you can see, major pan on it. Will definitely repurchase this. This is my favorite blushy bronzer type look, because majority of the time you will see me always with a bronzy type blush. If it's not bronzy, it's probably orange, but those are the two that I go for the absolute most. Another one is by Melt, and this is Lynx. And this is a blush highlight. So this one actually gives a more of a sheen to it, but it's very beautiful. And like I said, this is one of my favorites. I wear this a lot. Just beautiful. It gives a beautiful sheen, and I love it. Another one is by Essence, and this is the blush, and this is in 20 Bespoken, and this is another bronzy blush, and it looks like that. I also have Buxom, and this is the Wanderlust blush in Seashells, and I love that. These just give such a pretty bronzy glow to the skin. So another one is by Pat McGrath Labs, and this is the Divine Blush in Desert Orchid. Looks like that. Very beautiful packaging, and that is that one right there. And then the last blush I have in here is like my favorite orangey blush, and this is by Natasha Denona, and this is the Bloom Highlighting Blush in Mini Bloom, and it's just a very bright reddy orange, kind of like NARS Orgasm type blush. Looks like that. Very, very beautiful. I wear that one all the time in the summer. Really wearing a lot of highlight this year, but when I was wearing the Jaclyn Cosmetics. This is the Loose Highlight in Balm, and this is a brand new one because I don't know where it is. I have a mini sample that I had of this highlight, and I wore it for like 2 years. It lasted forever. And then the other one I liked is by Natasha Denona. I Need a Nude Glow, and it looks like that. I don't think the swatch will probably do it justice, but yeah, well, yeah. So very, very beautiful. And then the one I have on today, which I don't know if you ever be able to see, this is very old, it's discontinued, but MAC used to have the best highlighters back in the day, and this is Oh Darling. If you remember this collection, you already know MAC just has some bomb highlighters. They always have, and the glow be crazy on them. I haven't bought MAC in so long. All right, so we're gonna move on to a couple eyeshadow palettes that have been my go-to. So this first one is by ColourPop, and this is the Nude Mood palette. This is my go-to every single day palette. I take this when I go out of town. It's busted, and you can tell. Look at that. I love this palette. It's what I have on today. It's just my go-to. As you can see, like, love this palette. It is my everyday palette. Now, when I'm not using that one every day, the other one I'm using every day is the Tati Beauty palette. If you didn't get your hands on this, I'm sorry, because this was just a very gorgeous palette, and it looks like that. And if you can see, I just recently hit pan on Soothe. It's definitely my favorite go-to crease shade, so love that. The last palette is actually by Patrick Ta, and this is the Major Dimensions eyeshadow palette. This is the very first one. The older I get, the more I do like less dramatic eyeshadows just for myself every day, but these are the shades and I love them. Like I said, I'm a very neutral girl these days, and these have just been my go-to palettes, and they pretty much all have similar tones in here, so it's like it's not necessary, but it is. All right, then for eyes, as an everyday mascara, I'm obsessed with the MAC Stack mascara. It's what I have on my lashes today. I just didn't feel like putting on any lashes, so I used this mascara. I never showed you my eyebrows. So this is the Urban Decay Brow Blade. This one has the pen on one end and the pencil on the other. I actually did not use it today. Today I really didn't do anything to my brows. I just took the blade part and cleaned up the bottom. That's it. So my go-to lip moisturizing products. So the Nash lip mask, favorite lip mask ever. I have the big ones, I have the small ones, any flavor. I just love these. And then one of my newest favorites this year has been the Bath and Body Works lip gloss. Is in any kind that comes in this particular tube. These feel like lip oils and they are amazing. I have one in each one of my bags. I'm obsessed with these, so use those all the time. Then as far as lipsticks, this is a e.l.f. lipstick, and this is actually completely empty. It's really nothing left in here, just a little bit, but this is my go-to every day. It's in Creme. This is just their nude lipstick. It's like the only one they have, I think. Also really love this NYX Filler Instinct lipstick. This one is in Beach Casual, and you'll be able to tell I love me a good nude. It's looking a little peachy here, but it's gorgeous. It's what I have on my lips today. I love this one so much. Under this one is actually this Juvia's Place lipstick in Lady. I love nude lipsticks, and as you can see, these are all different types of shades. I love this. I have the full size of the Kat Von D or KVD Vegan Beauty. This is one of their vinyl lip creams, and This smells so good, and this is in the shade Blossom. Like, the lighting isn't doing these any justice because I promise they're a little bit more brown. Like, this is one of my favorites. This one right here, I love that one so much. And then I have this lip gloss, which is by Chanel. This is very old and discontinued. This was the Rouge Cocoa Gloss in 714, and this was limited edition, so they don't sell this one anymore. But this was such a pretty brown. Love that. And then the last two lip products are my red go-tos, and this is MAC's Ruby Woo. And we all know what this red looks like. If you see me in a red lip, it's usually this. This is my favorite red. It's just hella drying. And then the last one is the, oh no, I didn't show you this. I almost didn't show you guys this. This is the Too Faced Melted Matte. This is one from their Christmas collection. This is Sugar Cookie. I've went through 2 of these already, and this is one of my favorite nudes also. Can you see it? Right here. Very beautiful, and it made me think of that because this is also one of my favorite reds, and this one is in Candy Cane. These are usually the only 2 reds I wear, and then sometimes I'll throw a gloss over it. So right there, as you can see, they are very similar in tone. And then the last 2 products, my Morphe mini, this is the mini continuous setting mist. I use this as like a refreshing, or like to dust off the powder on my skin, not so much as a setter, but I love this and I use it all the time. But this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. Holy grail, favorite, one of the best setting sprays for like oily skin. Your makeup will stay all day. It is amazing. I only have a little bit left, but I'm definitely going to be picking up some soon, probably when the sale starts, because I just have too many setting sprays and I need to get through them. But this one is a repurchase for sure. So all right guys, that was it. That is everything. Those are all my favorite beauty products of 2022. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in another video. Bye.